Alrighty, check 1 2, check 1 2.
Check 1 2, check 1 2.
We're coming to you live from the McPherson Academic and Athletic Complex here on the beautiful campus of the University of Mount Union. You are tuned in to Mount Union Purple Raider basketball as we have game one of a doubleheader here tonight as the Mount Union women's basketball team plays host to the Otterbein Cardinals. My name is Jacob Attar. Alongside me we have the great Davis Roby. And Davis, we have a great game in store here tonight as Otterbein, they come in 9-4. They are a very strong team in the OAC this year. And who are some of the players to look out for here tonight for the Cardinals?
Yeah, the Cardinals' star player for this season is Katie McCrary. She's averaging just under 14 points at 13.8 and actually leads the team in assists as well. But in the past game for the Otterbein Cardinals, who they played number 12, John Carroll, Katie McCrary led the team with 15 points. Natalie Galada added 9 points and 5 rebounds off the bench. Their team held John Carroll to 33% shooting, but Otterbein only shot 26% from the floor as a team and were out-rebounded 45-27. We'll see if the Cardinals can rebound from that poor shooting performance and maybe rebound just a little bit more to keep themselves in the game. But they only lost to John Carroll by 5 points, which is very impressive for how terrible they shot in this past game.
Yeah, and that's a great point, Davis. Otterbein's not really the greatest of offensive squads at certain points throughout the season. They're only shooting around 41% from the floor, but their defense is really what's allowed them to win a lot of games. They're giving up under 60 points per game as a team and holding teams to 35% field goal percentage from the floor. Incredible marks at this point in the season. And for our Purple Raiders, really Mount Union came out, put up a great fight against Marietta, the 22nd ranked team in the country, losing by 3 with a shot to tie the game at the buzzer from Emma Cannon that fell just short from half court. Davis, who are you looking out for here tonight for the Raiders, and how will they rebound from that difficult loss?
Well, Jacob, you just mentioned her. It is going to be Emma Cannon. She's averaging just over 14 points for the Purple Raiders this season at 14.3. and also second on the team with just over 5.5 rebounds a game. In the last game, Emma Cannon led the Raiders with 22 total points. Sarah Meach had a career night with 14 points, and the bench as a total scored 26 points, and the team shot 45% from the floor. But let's not forget about Izzy Palamone, the senior out of Murraysville, Pennsylvania. She actually is third on the team in scoring with just about 7.5 a game, leads the team in rebounds with 6, and is actually tied for the team lead with assists per game. So she's kind of the Swiss Army knife for this women's basketball team for the Purple Raiders.
Yeah, that's for sure, as the Raiders, they really put up a heck of a fight here at the MAC on Wednesday night, losing, like how we said, by 3 points. They're currently riding a 3-game losing streak. They're going to try to snap that here tonight as the Raiders come in tonight. 4-7 overall, 1-4 in OAC play. And like how we mentioned too at the top of the broadcast, this is game one of a doubleheader. The men's basketball game, which is scheduled for 4 o'clock immediately following this one. They will also play host to the Otterbein Cardinals. But we're gearing you up, getting you ready here for game one at the MAC, as the Mount Union women's basketball team will play host to the Otterbein Cardinals. We're going to take a short break here just for the national anthem, and we'll be back with starting lineups momentarily. Back here on the Mountain Union Women's Basketball live stream, getting ready for the Mountain Union Purple Raiders to play host to the Otterbein Cardinals. Let's first take a look at the starting lineups. First for the Otterbein Cardinals, they are led by third-year head coach Diana Knowles, and their starting lineup consists of, as Davis mentioned, one of the top players on this Otterbein squad, number 10, the sophomore guard from Northmont High School in Englewood, Ohio, Katie McCrary. She's also joined by a fellow sophomore guard, number 11, Claire Radebaugh. Number 12, the graduate student from Lakota West High School in Cincinnati, Ohio, Angelia Jackson gets the start. The senior guard from Northmount High School in Dayton, Ohio, number 20, Jenna Hoschauer also gets the start. And rounding out that starting lineup is another graduate student playing at center from Lakota East High School in Cincinnati, Ohio, number 24, Bryn Mangold. And for your Mountain Union Purple Raiders, they are led, as always, by 17th year head coach Susie Vanette. And their starting lineup consists of the star guard, number 5, Emma Cannon, the junior from Dalton, Ohio. The senior point guard from Kenston High School in Chagrin Falls, number 10, Corinna Maynard. Izzy Palamo, the senior from Franklin Regional in Murraysville, Pennsylvania, also gets to start. Back in the starting lineup here tonight is the junior guard, number 22, Madison Hensley. And rounding out that starting lineup, coming off her career-high night of 14 points in their most recent loss, is number 34, Sarah Meach, the sophomore forward from Smithville, Ohio. Both teams really with a bitter taste in their mouth. As Davis mentioned too, Otterbein really played John Carroll down to the wire in their most recent matchup, losing just by 5 to. And the Raiders, as we've mentioned a few times now, really played tough the other night against Marietta, coming down to the final shot in that one. As both teams will get ready for the opening tip here. Busy day at the MAC, but we are glad to be here with all the coverage for both Mountain Union women's and men's basketball here today. It'll be Bryn Mangold jumping with Izzy Palamone. And off the opening tip, the Cardinals will have it. And we are underway here at the MAC, as Hoschauer will kick it over to Radebaugh. And down low, Bryn Mangold puts up the hook shot. That one's no good. Fight for the rebound, though. Madison Hensley gets it, and she's getting double-teamed early on. And Otterbein actually knocks that ball out of bounds, so Mountain Union will inbound it.
I think Hensley, what she did was actually throw the ball off of an Otterbein defender right there. Actually, great basketball IQ in order to get the ball and still keep it.
And it looks like they're actually having a conference here, and after the referees talked it over, they're actually going to give possession to Otterbein, saying that the Otterbein player did not deflect it. So an interesting call there. As around the perimeter they go. Radebaugh has it down low. That one's blocked by Hensley, though, and Maynard comes up with the rebound. Maynard now will give it to Cannon as the Raiders start their first offensive possession of the game. Palamo now in the post, trying to put the moves on Mangold. Tries to kick it out to Maynard, but that one's intercepted by Radebaugh. Radebaugh ahead of the pack on the fast break, and Claire Radebaugh gets things started here at the MAC.
Yeah, great job to get the steal on that play, and way to take it down the court in for an easy layup for the first points of the game.
Meach has it now at the top of the key. She gives it to Izzy Palamone. Palamone now will hand it right back off to Sarah Meach. Meach now will give it to Cannon. 13 on the shot clock. Cannon tries to drive. She's cut off. She gives it to Palamone. Palamone now trying to drive baseline. Izzy Palamone puts it up. Nice strong take there by Izzy Palamone, and she heads to the free throw line.
Yeah, Palamone definitely got fouled on that play. Took it up strong against that Otterbein defender, and she is up on the line for 2 for the Mount Union Purple Raiders.
And that foul will be on number 11, Claire Radebaugh, and so that will be her first personal, team's first, as Palamone's first free throw is up, and now the Raiders find themselves trailing 2-1 here a minute into this one. As Palamone's second free throw is up and good as well, and the Raiders have tied things up at 2. Hoschauer now, with the Raiders coming out in a 1-2-2. Hoschauer now tries to break it, and they're able to do so. McCrary now will kick it over in the corner to Radebaugh, and Radebaugh with the deep 2 on the baseline.
Yeah, Radebaugh left wide open. Just no one, covering her at all. I don't know what's happening with the Raiders defense to begin.
It's 4-2. as Emma Cannon drives baseline, puts up the reverse layup. That one's no good. Maybe should have been a foul there as Hoschauer grabs the rebound.
Did look like she got bumped on that play. Yeah, not sure about that one, Jacob.
Hoschauer kicks it over to Radeball, who kicks it right back to Hoschauer. Now around the perimeter they go to Katie McCrary. McCrary gives it on up to Jackson, who gives it to Mangold. Great ball movement here as McCrary drives, kicks it on out, and that time the friendly bounce for Jenna Hoschauer makes it 6-2 Otterbein.
Yep, she found herself wide open right there in the mid-range. Just pulled the trigger, and it went in with the friendly bounce, like you said, Jacob.
Cannon now drives, puts up the layup. That one's blocked by Mangold, and Otterbein will bring it up now. As Radeball has it, Radeball drives. She's cut off, though, gives it to Mangold. And Mangold out to Hoschauer, and Otterbein will get things set here in their offense. As Hoschauer will give it to Radeball. Radeball drives on Cannon, got the first step, but that one's no good. Fight for the rebound, and Hensley comes up with it. Hensley now kicks it over to Emma Cannon. Cannon will fire up a three, and that one's good. Emma Cannon with her first 3 points of the day makes it 6-5 Otterbein.
Yes, great transition offense right there for the Raiders. Emma Cannon found herself wide open and took the shot and made it.
Hoschauer now wanted to hit McCrary, but she was unable to do so. So instead she gives to Radeball, who does find McCrary. Again, great ball movement here by the Cardinals. As Mangold now will give it back to McCrary. And McCrary will put the moves on and drive. And Katie McCrary with 4 quick points here makes it 8-5 Otterbein.
What a move by McCrary right there. Just got the quick step on Hensley and made it a really easy layup for herself.
Cannon now with it at the other end for the Raiders. Cannon fires up a three. That one is in and out. And the rebound there to the Cardinals. McCrary will bring it up now, as she will give it there to Angelia Jackson, who finds Bryn Mangold down low inside for the 2, and Otterbein finds themselves on top by 5. It's now 10-5 as Maynard will give it to Sarah Meach. Meach now back over to Cannon, and Cannon finds Palamone in the post. Palamone back out to Meach. Meach fires up the 3. That one's short. Followed her own shot though, and on the follow, great job by Sarah Meach to draw the personal, and Meach will head to the free throw line for the first time today.
Yes, and like you said, Jacob, that was a great follow as she goes up for the line for 2 for the Raiders. Just never gave up on the play. I think she had a feeling it was going to be a little bit short and ran after the ball.
Yeah, great recognition there by Meach as she's going to head to the free throw line for her first 2 here today. As some substitutions here for both squads. Number 5, Tamia Kendrick, and number 22, Kina Whitaker, check in for the first time for the Cardinals. As for your Raiders, number 0, Devonna Nash. And an interesting thing right there, and I was going to say, there's definitely not one free throw. Bit of confusion right there. So Meach misses the first free throw, and they almost weren't going to give her that second one. But she will indeed get that second free throw after all, as Devonna Nash checks in here for the Raiders. Haley Haywood also checks in, as does Maddie Miles. So Meach's second free throw is up, and that one's off as well. Maddie Miles, though, fights for the offensive rebound. She just tipped it out of bounds, and so it'll be Otterbein basketball. And one last substitution now for Mount Union. Kelsey Glass will see her first action here tonight. As Hoschauer will bring it up now for Otterbein. Mount Union is in a 2-3 zone here, trying to stop this hot start from the Cardinals. It's fresh off that bench is Tamia Kendrick, who tries to drive. Nice ball movement once again here. McCrary now with it. She will give it on up. And again, great ball movement as Hoschauer pulls up mid-range. That one's short, rebound to Glass.
Yeah, I like the move to the 2-3 zone. They're going to make Otterbein shoot rather than drive in the lane. I think it's a smart move right there by Susie Bennett as Emma Cannon makes that layup. Oh, wide open layup for Emma Cannon. Now she just misses it.
And a very wide open layup indeed. Just a little bit off as Kendrick nearly falls down with the ball. She instead gives to Hoschauer. McCrary now will give it up to Whitaker. And Whitaker down low inside to Mangold. That one's no good.
Yeah, Maddie Miles definitely at a height disadvantage in that situation, but made the best of it. Just stuck her hands up right there and made that shot hard.
As Maddie Miles now pulls up. That one was a deep 2. That one's no good. Rebound, though, to Emma Cannon. Cannon with the nice up and under move, and Emma Cannon with 5 points here now for the Raiders makes it 10-7 Otterbein.
Yes, a nice move right in the middle of the paint for Emma Cannon. Just took that extra step and got a wide open layup. Made it this time though, Jacob.
And that's for sure. As Hoschauer now will drive, kicks it on out. Mangold now gives it on up, and that one's inside there. Corrections as well. That is not Whitaker that's on the court. It's actually number 23, Kathleen DiCarlo. And so DiCarlo will head to the free throw line here for 2 for the Cardinals. Some substitutions here. Kylene Whitaker will check in now for Otterbein. And another substitution as well. It'll be number 2, Natalie Galeta. As for the Raiders, Katie Clark will see her first action here tonight. So DiCarlo's first free throw is up and in, makes it 11-7 Otterbein now. And DiCarlo will get ready for that second free throw. And second free throw is up and in as well, makes it 12-7 in favor of the Cardinals. As Jenna Reppert will check in for the first time here tonight for the Raiders. And trying to dribble up the court there was Devonna Nash, and Devonna Nash is going to draw the personal, just a little bit too tight of defense right there. And so it'll be a foul on the Cardinals. That'll be their second team foul of the quarter. As Nash now takes a screen from Miles and fires up a 3. That one's off. And the Cardinals will come up with it now as DiCarlo brings it up, pushes the pace, gives it to McCrary. McCrary will drive. Katie McCrary off the glass. That one's no good. Rebound, Maddie Miles.
Yeah, McCrary could have gotten away with a little travel right there, as I thought she took an extra step than she should have.
Katie Clark now drives and kicks it back out to Miles, who gives it to Glass. Glass now will drive. Kelsey Glass with the strong take, and she's going to be rewarded there with the foul. And so Kelsey Glass will head to the free throw line for her first 2 free throws here tonight.
Yeah, the Raiders are doing a great job of drawing fouls here early to start the quarter. And hopefully we could see more of this go along as the game continues. They didn't do much of this last game against the Marietta Pioneers.
And Tamia Kendrick is going to be called with the personal there. So that's the 4th team foul now of this first period for Otterbein. Glass's first free throw is up and no good. Jenna Hoschauer, after a quick substitution out, comes right back in as McCrary will take a seat. And Glass's second free throw is up, and that one's no good as well. So the Raiders doing a great job heading to the free throw line, but they're not really cashing in so far here tonight, just 2 for 5. As right there, that one's going to be rejected there by the Raiders. And they're going to say that it was off Mount Union last. Katie Clark thought that it might have been off the Otterbein player, and so now the Cardinals will inbound it. As DiCarlo takes the inbounds pass, but she shuffled her shoes there, and so that'll be a traveling violation, and the ball will return to the Raiders. So Miles will inbound it now to Nash. Mount Union finds themselves trailing 12-7 here with 3:45 to go in this first quarter. As Miles will give it up to Reppart. Reppart now hand it right back off to Miles. Miles now driving, kicks it out to Glass. Glass fires up the corner 3. That one's off. And the rebound there to the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was actually a great play right there from the Mount Union offense, and just left, Kelsey Glass just a little bit of space.
As at the other end, Natalie Galeta hits the wide open 3 there as Otterbein extends their largest lead of the game here, now on top 15-7.
She used a beautiful screen right there and left herself, like you said, Jacob, open for that 3.
Katie Clark drives. That one's up and no good. Rebound to the Cardinals. Pushing the pace now, Galeta once more, and Natalie Galeta with 5 quick points off that bench makes it 17-7 Cardinals.
Yeah, Otterbein in a little bit of a run right now, feeling the groove. Maybe Mount Union can answer back here.
Definitely will need an answer here as Maddie Miles now has it and starts to drive in the post with a nice find to Katie Clark. Clark bobbled it just a little bit, goes up for the layup. That one's no good. Rebound to Hoschauer.
That was a great no-look pass right there by Maddie Miles. Only if Katie Clark could have gotten the ball a little bit, could have made that layup.
DiCarlo now gives it up to Hoschauer. Hoschauer take a screen from Whitaker, and Hoschauer, no defender in sight, gets the easy drive. Raiders find themselves trailing by 12 here early on.
Yes, wide open in the paint. Not looking too good for this Raiders defense to start the game.
Devonna Nash gives it up to Maddie Miles. Miles now gives it up to Repart. And Repart will give it now to Glass. 13 on the shot clock. Kelsey Glass trying to get something going here. Drives once more, puts that one up. That one's no good. Rebound once again to the Cardinals. But Whitaker, as she was starting to go down the court, shuffled her shoes, and it'll be a turnover back to Mount Union.
Yeah, Mount Union definitely needs to start shooting better, as they're only shooting 16% from the field to start the game. If they want to make this a close one or even a win against Otterbein, down by 12 currently, need to do better on the offensive side of the ball.
McCrary returns for the Cardinals, as is the starting five for Mount Union. Hensley, fresh off that bench, hits a three that was much needed there for the Raiders and cuts into that lead. It's now 19-10 Otterbein.
Yep, and that's the response the Raiders need, Jacob, as there's a scrum before the ball, Corinne Maynard.
And now McCrary will have it as the Cardinals come up with that loose ball. 16 on the shot clock here. And Hoschauer gives it up to DiCarlo. DiCarlo trying to drive on Hensley. Great defense there by Hensley. And she blocks that one as Cannon now drives. And Emma Cannon puts up the layup. That one's no good. Fight for the rebound. And I believe they're going to get Izzy Palamone here with an over-the-back foul. And
no, looks like the Raiders are on the bonus, actually.
And yes, a turn of events right there. It almost looked like Palamone did hop on top of the defender's back, but they will call it instead on the Cardinals. So a great turn of events there for the Raiders. And the referees are going to talk it over. And they are going to reverse the call once again. A lot of interesting calls here early on by the referees.
Yeah, we had that out-of-bounds play with Madison Hensley in the corner. Ref said that it went off an Otterbein player, but it actually did it. And now the reverse foul call, instead of being on Otterbein, and is on Izzy Palamone, her first personal foul of the game.
Yep, so Palamone does get that over-the-back foul call, and Otterbein will have possession as McCrary gives up to Mangold, who gives it right back to McCrary. McCrary now kicks it over to Hoschauer. Hoschauer right back to McCrary as they try to get things set up here. As 55 seconds left in the first quarter, 6 on the shot clock now. Hoschauer drives, pulls up from the elbow, and that one's cash money from Hoschauer, makes it 21-10 Otterbein.
Yeah, nice pass right there by McCrary. Hoschauer just found herself wide open right there on the elbow. Nice jumper.
Cannon gives it to Meeks, who gives it right back to Emma Cannon. And now Palamone tries to work in the post. Nice move there by Palamone, just too strong off the glass, and the rebound there to the Cardinals.
There have been a lot of shots the Purple Raiders have had on offense that have been just a little too hard. You need to be a little softer with the touch.
About a 1 second difference between game clock and shot clock, as there's 18 seconds to go here in the quarter. Otterbein almost certainly is playing for that last shot. Hoschauer now will dump it inside to Mangold. Mangold now, 7 seconds here in the quarter. Gives it on up. Galeda's shot hits nothing. And so that'll be a turnover there as that ball goes out of bounds. The Raiders going to need to get a shot up here quick as 2.5 seconds to go in the quarter. Meeks inbounds it to Maynard. Maynard now behind the back move, but she's not going to get the shot up here. And Mount Union finds themselves trailing right now 21-10 at the end of this first quarter to the Otterbein Cardinals. And Davis, what does Mount Union really have to work on going into this second quarter to try to cut into this lead?
You know, they've been getting some great open shots, but they've been having a difficult time making those shots. And I think that's really what's been the downfall so far in this first quarter. Finished the quarter with only 20% shooting, while Otterbein finished with 52.9% shooting. So a really big difference right there. Otterbein definitely looks like the better team right now, but if the Raiders can turn it on offense, I think they can come back and make this game closer than what it is currently, down by 11.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you on that one, partner. Definitely some rough shooting there from the Raiders. Some uncharacteristic misses, too. Like how you mentioned, they got to the rim a lot, and there was a lot of open opportunities, but whenever you're shooting 20% from the floor in a quarter, it's not necessarily the recipe for success, as Mount Union overall, like Davis mentioned, just 3 for 15, 20% from the floor, 2 for 7 from the three-point line, free throw lines too, 2 for 6 in that first quarter, good for 33%. So just a rough shooting quarter there for the Raiders. As in that first quarter for Mount Union, the leading scorer in that one was Emma Cannon. Emma Cannon, 5 points on 2 for 6 shooting. She also added 2 rebounds in that quarter. Madison Hensley had 3 points, and the other 2 were courtesy of 2 Izzy Palamone free throws. As for the Cardinals, They were led in that first quarter by Jenna Hoschauer, who finished with a game-high 6 points in the quarter. So Mount Union will have possession to start this quarter. Meach will inbound it to Maynard. Maynard now will give it back to Meach, gives it to Hensley. Hensley now over to Meach as Sarah Meach almost picked up her dribble, and she gives it to Cannon, who gets it stripped away momentarily by McCray, but Meach comes up with it. 14 on the shot clock now. Cannon stuck in the corner, gives it to Hensley. 10 on the shot clock. Hensley tries to drive, puts it up. That one's too strong off the glass. Rebound there to Hoschauer.
Yet again, another shot by the Purple Raiders, too strong off the glass.
As Katie McCrary appeared to slip on something on that court, and that's going to be a traveling violation. A dangerous fall there by McCrary, but she gets up under her own power. She's all okay.
Yeah, that is scary, Jacob, and it looked like her feet just went completely, underneath her and went up. So might need to, get someone to mop that floor a little bit. Who knows?
That'd be a good recommendation right there, as Maynard will drive, gets to the rim for two. Strong take by Corinna Maynard as she will head to the free throw line. She draws the personal on Bryn Mangold.
And here we are again, Mount Union up to the line. Let's see if they can convert some points right here. Need it desperately in order to get back into this game.
As Maynard will head to the free throw line, trying to get her first 2 points in this one. First free throw is up, and that one's in and out. So Mount Union's free throw struggles continue here. Now 2 for 7 in this one. As Maynard will try to make this a 10-point ball game. Second free throw is up. That one's good. So Maynard with her first point of the night makes it 21-11 here. The Otterbein Cardinals are on top with 9:18 to go in the half. McCray now will kick that one up to Galeta, who gives it right back to McCray. Around the perimeter they go now as Hoschauer will give that one up to Jackson, gives it back to Galeta. Galeta now to Bryn Mangold. Mangold tries to put the moves on Meach. No shot there, but they are going to call Mount Union with the personal foul. That's going to be on Sarah Meach, her first, team's first.
I don't know. I didn't really see a push right there, Jacob, but I thought it was better defense right there by Sarah Meach. Regardless, that is her first personal foul of the game.
As on the inbounds, Hoschauer inbounds it to Mangold. Mangold gives it up to Jackson. Angelia Jackson now pulls up from the free throw line. That one's in and out. Rebound goes to Meach.
That was a good look, and she should have passed it off to her opposing teammate, but did not.
Hensley now with pump fakes, drives. That one was knocked off of Hensley's foot, though. Great defense by the Cardinals, and so the ball will return to Otterbein. Mount Union trying to apply some pressure here in the full court as McCray is guarded by Hensley. She brings it up now for Otterbein. McCray gives it to Hoschauer. Hoschauer will take a screen from Mangold. Hoschauer drives, kicks it out to Jackson. And Angelia Jackson tried to feed Mangold, but that one's stolen away by Palamone. And Palamone will bring it up now for the Raiders. Palamone tried to hit Sarah Meach in stride, but that pass was just a little bit too wide, and so it'll be another Mount Union turnover as a substitution here for the Cardinals. Number 23, Kathleen DiCarlo, returns for Otterbein.
When you're down by 10 in a game, you can't waste offensive possessions like that. You need to be better and smarter with the ball. Need to run some plays. Need to run some sets. See if they can get something going for them on offense. They've been really struggling.
Turnover is definitely a big reason why Mount Union fell just short the other night. 5 turnovers here so far in this one as Kelsey Glass and Maddie Miles return now for the Raiders. Galeta now will hand this one off to Hoschauer. Hoschauer now, 13 on the shot clock. Tries to get things set, gives it to Mangold, who hands it right back to Hoschauer. Nice two-man action. Hoschauer's layup is up and no good. DiCarlo fights for the rebound, gets it, put back no good, gets another opportunity, and that's just great determination right there by Kathleen DiCarlo. She's going to draw the personal, and she took a hard fall at that too, wincing in pain, but she appears to be okay. Yeah,
DiCarlo just not giving up, going after missed shot after missed shot, getting those rebounds, doing a great job of hustling for the Cardinals.
That foul was on Izzy Palamone, so that's her second personal, second team foul of the quarter. Jenna Reppert will check back in, subbing out for Palamone. As nice give-and-go action right there. Katie McCray with the fancy reverse layup for 2. 23-11 Otterbein now, their largest lead of the game. As Reppert looking to Kelsey Glass, and she will get it to her. Glass now picks up her dribble, gives it right back to Repart. Repart will give it to Cannon. 9 on the shot clock. Cannon drives, met off by McCrary. Ball knocked out of her hands, so she gets it down low and tried to put up the layup, and that one was rejected by the Cardinals. They're going to say it was off Cannon as well. So great defensive sequence there by Otterbein.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on with this offensive sequence for the Raiders, as Susie Vanette has had enough and calls a timeout. I just think the Raiders are playing very sloppy basketball right now, not finding the right shots for themselves to start the second quarter. They need to be better with their shot selection, and they need to make sure they make the shots as well, as they have been missing way more than they have been making in this game so far, Jacob.
Yeah, they are 3 for 17 to start this contest. That's good for 17% from the floor. That's never going to win you any basketball games right there. And really just struggling all around as well. Still 2 for 7 from the three-point line. Now just 3 for 8 from the free throw line as well as a team. And that's why Mount Union currently finds themselves trailing 23-11 here in game 1 of today's doubleheader against the Otterbein Cardinals. So the men's basketball team will play. That one's scheduled for a 4 o'clock p.m. tip. That'll be over on the Mount Union men's basketball live stream. Davis and I will be on the call for that one as well.
It'll be an interesting matchup for the men's basketball team, as they did lose by 25 in their last outing to at Marietta, and we'll see if they can recover from that loss.
We sure hope they do, and we sure hope that the women's team does as well. Nice double team action there by Kelsey Glass. Forces a loose ball that's dove on by both Corinna Maynard and DeCarlo, and so possession arrow will be in favor of the Cardinals.
Yeah, I saw great pressure there by Kelsey Glass, who I thought really made the ball go loose and force that jump ball.
As DeCarlo now has it, as there's 9 on the shot clock now, McCrary tries to find Mangold, knocked away by Repart, so it's back on out there to McCrary. McCrary now pulls up from the elbow, and that one's good just as the shot clock expires. Nice basket by Katie McCrary.
Yes, it was a great screen there by Bryn Mangold, as McCray found herself wide open at the elbow yet again, and it was a beautiful stroke by McCrary.
Maynard's pass is deflected out of bounds there by Natalie Galeta, and so the ball will stay here with Mount Union, and again they're going to have a conference here about possession, and they're going to reverse the call yet again. Really, I hate to kind of be a little bit rough on the referees, but that's now 3 times that they've changed calls here in this first half. You don't really see that very often.
No, and even in the last game against Marietta, I don't even think we saw that once, Jacob. And, you know, it's Susie Vanette very irate over there by the bench, as I think she might have been called for a technical, or that the refs are just coming together to discuss more about this. It's been a very interesting game, like you said, Jacob. Not sure what's really going on in all 3 of those heads.
Yeah, I really don't know either, as this conference is definitely an interesting one right now, as it appeared that Maynard's pass was deflected out of bounds. It did go off the plexiglass there on the scorer's table, so I wasn't really sure why they reversed the call on that one, unless they say that the pass was deflected and then deflected once again off of Maynard. Really didn't see much to warrant this much of a discussion.
I mean, we don't have the best view of that, Jacob. Obviously, we're on the other side of the court, but as they say, it is Mount Union ball, and the Raiders will inbound it.
And yeah, that's a very interesting thing that you do not see very often in basketball, a double reverse there on the call. So after that interesting sequence here, Kelsey Glass is going to inbound it here right in front of the Otterbein bench. As Otterbein head coach Diana Knowles, all she can do right now is just laugh against the scorer's table for this kind of very interesting sequence. As Cannon has it, she gives it to Maynard, gives it right back to Cannon. Cannon now, she's got 15 seconds to work with, and Glass thought about the 3, instead gives it to Miles down low. Maddie Miles now drives, kicks it out to Repart. Nice pass by Miles, and Repart gets a friendly bounce off the rim, courtesy of the Maddie Miles assist.
Yes, the Purple Raiders needed that basket in a really bad way. Friendly bounce, like you said, Jacob, from Repart. It was a beautiful dish by Maddie Miles.
McCrary now with it. Raiders back in that 2-3 zone, as Hoschauer now drives, kicks it on out to number 32. That would be Alexis Amobley. She's checked in for her first time tonight, as right there, a turnover by the Cardinals. And the Mount Union bench starting to get a little bit fired up there, as they're going to get McCrary, I believe, on that personal. And so that'll be the first personal foul on her and third team foul of the quarter.
That was a big momentum swing right there for the Purple Raiders as they caused the turnover from the Cardinals and drew the foul. So we'll see how this continues on in the second quarter.
So Miles inbounds it to Maynard. Mount Union trying to ride that momentum now as Maynard has it. She will give it up to Kelsey Glass. Glass now. Right back to Maynard. Maynard gives it up to Miles. Fight forward positioning down low in the post. And Mount Union bench once again loving it, as that foul is going to be on McCrary as well. So that's a crucial foul right there. Katie McCrary picks up her second personal with 5:29 to go in the half. So assuming she's probably going to be taking a seat there for a while. This is third team foul of the quarter as well for Otterbein. Cannon now takes a screen from Repart. Another foul call here. So just a bad sequence overall by the Cardinals.
Raiders are definitely getting some favorable calls on this possession as they're only one foul away from the bonus, and there is still about 5.5 minutes left in this second quarter.
Hoschauer will be called for the personal there. That's her first personal foul of this one. Cannon now gives it to Glass at the top of the key. Glass now gives it up to Maynard. Maynard drives. Maynard puts up the floater off the glass and in, and Corinna Maynard cuts into that lead once again.
Fantastic screen right there by Kelsey Glass. Had Corinna Maynard wide open right there in the paint with the beautiful floater off the backboard.
25-15, Mount Union slowly but surely cutting into that lead. Hoschauer now drives. She's met by Glass. This 2-3 zone seems to be working right now as Mangold will kick that one out to Galeta. And around the perimeter they go. Hoschauer drives, puts up the shot. That one's no good. Rebound, Maddie Miles. And Maynard will bring it up now.
Like you said, Jacob, the defensive rotation right there from the 2-3 zone is starting to work a little bit better. And Jenna Repart did a great job of disrupting the shot there for the Cardinals.
Glass finds Cannon down low in the post. That one was short, though. The rebound here to Hoschauer. Hoschauer now will give that one up to DeCarlo. DeCarlo will give it right back to Hoschauer as Otterbein gets things set here. 17 on the shot clock. They're going to try to kill this Mount Union momentum as that bench is really getting into it now. As Mount Union senses an opportunity to get back in this one, as that three was up and no good by Alexis Amabile. And now Repart will bring it up here. Gives it to Glass. And Glass, off a nice Maddie Miles screen, finds Maynard in the corner for three. That one's no good. And the rebound to the Cardinals. So Hoschauer once again appears to try to be slowing things down just a little bit for the Cardinals. She will take a screen there, and they're going to call a foul on the floor. They're going to get Kelsey Glass on that one.
Yes, Glass just a little too aggressive on the drive right there by Hoschauer. Needs to be a little bit shiftier with her feet and stay in front of her.
So Glass is going to pick up her second personal. She's going to stay in this one as Devonna Nash and Angela Vintonio, my apologies, and Allie Hudick all check in now for the Raiders, as does Madison Hensley. And for Otterbein, we are going to be seeing number 22, Kina Whitaker, check back in, and right on cue, Whitaker puts up the layup. That one's no good. Rebound to Maddie Miles.
Yeah, Whitaker with a nice post move as Maddie Miles throws the ball out of bounds trying to find Allie Hudick on the cutting basket.
Just a little bit too wide there for Allie Hudick, and so the ball will return to Otterbein. 25-15 Cardinals here, 3.5 minutes to go in the half. As Hoschauer now draws the double from Miles. That was great anticipation right there by Miles, almost forced the turnover. Hoschauer now will have it once again at the top of the key. Gives that one up to Galeta. Galeta now tries to drive, and they're going to get Hudick here on the foul. So a nice move by Galeta right there. She draws the personal. Now Otterbein finds themselves just one foul away from the bonus as well for the remainder of the half.
Yeah, Hudick just a little too aggressive trying to guard Galeta on that play. Found herself with her first personal foul of the game as Galeta shoots that three and makes it for the Otterbein Cardinals and extends that lead to 13. for the Cardinals.
Yeah, slight hesitation from Galeta, but still a deep three right there from her off the inbounds pass makes it 28-15. Hensley drives, can't get that one to go. Nice putback though by Devonna Nash, makes it 28-17.
Yes, one of the smaller people on the court. Devonna Nash does a great job of grabbing that offensive rebound and putting it right back up and making it for the Raiders.
Galeta will find DiCarlo down low. DiCarlo pulls up mid-range from the baseline, and Kathleen DiCarlo now makes it 30-17 Otterbein.
Yes, DiCarlo just took a step back right there, found herself wide open for the mid-range jumper. Beautiful shot as it goes down for the Cardinals.
Hudick will give it to Miles. Miles will give it up to Vitantonio, and Angela Vitantonio's shot is no good. Rebound there to the Cardinals. And now Hoschauer will drive, puts it up, too strong off the glass. Nice putback though by Whitaker. And there's going to be a timeout here on the floor as it's 32-17 Cardinals. They've opened up a 15-point lead. And Davis, the Raiders looked like they had some momentum, but what's really changed in this game to allow Otterbein to get their largest lead here of the game now?
Yeah, I think Otterbein's ball movement has really been good in this first half. I mean, they've been able to break that 2-3 zone recently and find themselves open for some really nice shots, honestly. And they're playing really well, not only on the offensive side of the ball, but the defensive side of the ball, too. It will be interesting to see what Susie Vanette wants to do here for the Purple Raiders.
Yeah, and so far in this one, Otterbein is just on top on just about every statistical category. They're shooting 48% and holding Mount Union still to just 25% from the floor. Raiders looked like they were starting to get some momentum in this one, starting to make some shots, get some defensive stops. But really, Otterbein's just done a great job with their defense in this one and a few great offensive possessions here recently to pull out to this 15-point lead. As Nash now has it off the timeout, and she will give that one up to Hensley. Hensley now over to Maddie Miles, gives it right back to Nash. Nash now finds Miles in the post. Maddie Miles tries to put one up. That one's no good off the glass. Rebound once again to the Cardinals.
Yeah, just a really difficult shot right there by Maddie Miles, trying to create her own shot. As Hensley fouls, and now Cardinals drew their fifth personal foul. Or excuse me, now the Raiders drew their fifth personal foul, and Otterbein goes up for the line for the bonus, unless it was called as a shooting foul, Jacob.
Yep, and Alexis Immobile will go to the free throw line here as Hensley's going to take a seat, and Haley Haywood returns now for the Raiders. So Immobile will look to get her first 2 points here tonight. That one is short. Score remains 32-17, a minute 39 to go here in the half. As Immobile's second free throw is up, and that one is good. 33-17 now, Otterbein on top. Nice behind the back move here by Nash. She gives it to Maddie Miles. Miles up top to Vitantonio. As Angela Vitantonio now will hand it right back to Miles. Miles now tries to drive. It's cut off, she gives it to Nash. Nash now driving in the middle of the lane. Devonna Nash, nice footwork there, but that layup was short. And on the fight for the rebound, they're going to get Angela Vitantonio here with the foul. And so with that, with Otterbein being in the bonus, they will head to the free throw line as Natalie Galeta will try to extend this lead once more.
And yet again, another missed open shot for the Purple Raiders, as they've really only made 6 field goals in this game, shooting 6 for 26, and as a total of a 23% clip. Jacob, if they want to get back in this game, they got to shoot lights out to start the second half. And they can't let Otterbein score too much, as they find themselves down 17 points with just a minute 15 left in the game.
Yep, that score is now 34-17 after Natalie Galeta splits the pair. And Haywood now is cut off there. Nice defense by Amida, as now Haywood gets the layup off a nice backdoor cut, but that one's no good. And a fight for the loose ball. They're going to call a jump ball. And that arrow is in favor of the Raiders.
And Jacob, yet again, another open shot missed by the Raiders. And honestly, it's starting to get a little frustrated to see, but we still got to have hope and see if they can come back in this game.
As a substitution here for Otterbein, the freshman number 34, Haley Dennis, will see her first action here in the final minute of this half. Hudick now drives, puts up the mid-range. That one's no good. Fight for the rebound, and they're going to get Natalie Galeta here on the personal. And so with that, Devonna Nash will head to the free throw line for 2, try to cut into that lead just a little bit.
Yeah, and Devonna Nash did a great job of actually reacting to the rebound before Galeta did. And I think that's what really caused the refs to call the foul. I think whoever reacted to that ball first was going to get the foul called against them.
So Devonna Nash attempt her first free throw here. That one's up, and that one's no good. Mount Union just really struggling in this half from the free throw line. 3 for 9 in this one. Only had 2 free throw attempts at halftime in their loss to Marietta. So doing a great job, a better job at least, of getting to the free throw line here in this first half, but just not converting. Second free throw is up. That one's good. So Nash now with 3 points. Team's now 4 for 10 from the free throw line. It's 34-18. As Mount Union comes out in a press. Bad pass right there. They got to get it over half court. They're just able to do so. As Galeta will give that one on up. That one is a missed 3-pointer right there by Haley Dennis. Now driving is Miles, and Miles puts it up, and she's going to draw the personal there. And so a strong take by Maddie Miles. She'll try to cut into this lead once more.
Yes, that was a great rebound by Vitantonio off that 3-pointer. And she made a great outlet pass to Maddie Miles, and Miles just drove all the way and drew the foul call. Now up for 2.
Miles' first free throw is up, and that one's no good as well. Remains 34-18. Maddie Miles had 9 points off that Mount Union bench in their most recent loss to Marietta. And she gets her first point here tonight. She hits the second free throw. It is now 34-19 Otterbein. About a 4-second difference between game clock and shot clock. There's 28 seconds to go in the half. DeCarlo now, handed off to Hoschauer. As Otterbein gets set here in their offense. Hoschauer now trying to dribble out some clock. 13 left here in the half. As bad pass right there, stolen away by Vitantonio. Vitantonio now up to Nash. 6 seconds left now. Nash fires up a 3. That one's short. The rebound there to Dennis. And that's how the first half is going to end. Really, Mount Union, just a rough first half shooting there. They find themselves trailing 34-19. Davis, what do you think Susie Vanette's really going to be preaching there at the halftime break to try to get her squad back into this one?
Well, Jacob, the glaring the issue here for the Purple Raiders is they finished the first half with only 6 made field goals from the field. You're not going to win any games making 6 field goals from the field. You need to make your shots, and you need to do better. You know, I don't think their defense has been too bad at all in this game. Otterbein has some great ball movement that they've had, but in order to get back in the game, Raiders need to start shooting the ball way better than what they had been.
And that's for sure, as Mount Union, like how Davis mentioned, just 6 field goals on 20% from the floor. They were led by Emma Cannon, who had 5 points in that first half. As for the Cardinals, they were led by Natalie Galeta, who turned in 14 valuable minutes off that Cardinal bench. She has a game-high 9 points, and Katie McCrary, with 2 personal fouls, still had 8 points in that first half for the Cardinals, as Otterbein leads Mount Union here at the halftime break, 34-19. Davis and I will take a short halftime intermission, and we'll be back momentarily to get you ready for second half action here for the Mount Union women's basketball team. Back here for second half action here at the MAC. Game 1 of today's doubleheader for the Mount Union women's basketball team as they take on the Otterbein Cardinals. They currently find themselves trailing 34-19. And Davis, you're looking at the stat sheet right now. Really, what are some stats that pop out to you right now that are going okay for the Raiders and not so good for the Raiders as well?
Well, what's going, not too well for the Raiders. Obviously, their shooting percentage from the first half only finishing at 20.7%. Yeah, honestly, Jacob, I don't know if there's anything too good going for the Raiders right now, unfortunately. Otterbein is playing a fantastic game right now, being led by Keena Whitaker with a game-high 15 points. But Otterbein shooting a combined 46.7% from the field and 50% from the three-point line as well. They have the Raiders outscored in the paint 14-6, as well as the bench points 16-6. Raiders just need to do a better job of actually getting the ball in the basket. They've been getting some great looks, but have been missing them very easily.
Yeah, that's for sure. Mount Union just really wasn't getting many friendly bounces off the rim within that first half. Really just kind of a letdown so far in this one. They looked so good against Marietta on Wednesday night, but here today, just really struggling to put the ball in the basket in that first half. Emma Cannon, like how we mentioned at the halftime break, was the high Raider with 5 points, but she just shot 2 for 8 from the floor. Just shows the type of difficulties that Mount Union really had in that first half as far as shooting percentages go. Mountain Union, though, is not the only women's basketball team that's in action here today in the OAC. Currently, some other games going around the conference. With 6:24 to go in the third quarter, the team that beat Mountain Union here at the MAC on Wednesday, Marietta, they've opened up a 59-24 lead on the Heidelberg Student Princes. Incredible showing there so far from the Pioneers. And another game in action here for the OAC here today. 9:16 to go in the third quarter in that one. John Carroll is actually in a dogfight with Wilmington, currently only on top 38-33. John Carroll comes into that game ranked in the top 15 in the latest D3Hoops.com polls. And those are the only 2 games going on right now in the OAC for women's basketball. Some COVID cancellations continue to really plague the league right now. And so for those teams, we wish them the best of health in the near future as we try to get things a little bit back to normal here within the conference. As, like how we've mentioned a few times here on the broadcast, this is game 1 of a doubleheader here today at the MAC. Mountain Union men's basketball team is going to be taking on the Otterbein men's basketball team in a showdown later here tonight at the MAC, which is definitely going to be a great matchup indeed. But before we get to that one, we will see if the Purple Raiders can make a comeback here on the Cardinals, finding themselves trailing by 15 points as we enter the second half in this one. Mountain Union definitely going to need a much better shooting half if they want to try to make any noise and avoid their 4th consecutive loss. So for the Raiders, it will be Emma Cannon, Izzy Palamone, Sarah Meeks, Corinna Maynard, and Madison Hensley. So that original starting 5 will be out there. As for Otterbein, their original starting 5 appears to be out there as well. Bryn Mangold, Angelia Jackson, Katie McCrary, Jenna Hoschauer, and Claire Radebaugh. And Otterbein will have possession to start this second half. McCrary will inbound it. And McCrary does inbound it to Hoschauer, and that's how we will get set here in the second half. Hoschauer will give it to Mangold. Mangold now. Back over to Hoschauer, over to McCrary. McCrary now over to Radebaugh. And Radebaugh will give that to Jackson. McCrary now. Back to Radebaugh. Radebaugh tries to drive, puts up the shot. That one's no good, and Palamone grabs the rebound.
That was a great shot by Radebaugh. Found herself a little bit of space in the paint. Just couldn't get the shot to go on, unfortunately.
Maynard kicks it over to Hensley. As Hensley gives it to Cannon now. Cannon now at the top of the key will give it to Madison Hensley. Hensley now down low inside to Palamone. Palamone trying to put the moves on in the post. Puts it up, and she's going to draw the foul early in the second half in this one. That foul is going to be on Bryn Mangold, her second personal, first team foul of the half.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try and attack the paint to start the second half here. I think this is a good move by Susie Vanette. Allows the Raiders to get back up to the line. Izzy Palamone shooting 2 as she makes her first one.
Palamone now 3 for 3 from the free throw line. That's where all 3 of her points have come from here today. So it makes it 34-20 now, Otterbein. As Palamone's second free throw is up. That one's short, and the rebound there to Jackson. So now Hoschauer will give it to McCrary, who finds Mangold in the post. Back out to Hoschauer. Hoschauer drives, puts it up. That one's no good. Rebound Palamone once again.
That was a great contest right there by Sarah Meach.
As Maynard kicks it over to Hensley. Hensley drives baseline. Draws 2 defenders, puts up the layup, no good. Hensley grabs her own miss though, kicks out to Maynard. Fires up the open 3, and Coretta Maynard makes it 34-23 Otterbein.
Even though that was a easy shot and a miss, Hensley made a great job of finding Coretta Maynard open for the 3.
As the Cardinals look to respond here, Hoschauer will have it. Top of the perimeter, gives it to McCrary. McCrary now, guarded by Meach, tries to drive on Sarah Meach, and she's able to do so. Katie McCrary, the first Cardinal in double digits today with 10 points.
Yeah, McCrary is just doing a great job of having the quick step against her defender and made it really easy for herself on that layup.
As Palamone now in the post, tried to put the moves on Mangold, just lost the hold of the ball right there, so it'll be a turnover for Mountain Union. And a substitution here for the Raiders. Madison Hensley will take a seat, and Kelsey Glass will return for the Raiders. As McCrary will bring it up now. Otterbein on top, 36-23, with 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Now kicks it on out to Hoschauer. Hoschauer will give it to Jackson. Nearly shuffled her shoes there. As Radeball gives it to McCrary. McCrary now thought about the jumper, instead gives it to Bryn Mangold. Mangold backing down Palamone in the post. That one's a long rebound, Sarah Meach.
Yeah, the Raiders have been doing a great job of making Otterbein miss these shots. Great defensive start to the second half here.
Maynard now gives it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon now trying to drive, instead kicks it out to Palamone. Palamone now picks up her dribble on the perimeter. She gives it up to Emma Cannon. 7 on the shot clock. Cannon fires up a 3, and Emma Cannon makes it 36-26 Otterbein.
Yes, it's a hot start for the Purple Raiders to start this third quarter. Let's see if they can keep this up, Jacob.
It's exactly the type of start that they need to cut into this lead as Hoschauer kicks it over to Radeball. Radeball now drives, kicks it right back to Hoschauer as the Cardinals try to get set in their offense. Hoschauer now tries to drive, is able to do so, gets to the rim, and that's an easy 2 right there from Jenna Hoschauer.
Yeah, it was a nice left-hand finish right there for Hoschauer, and got the nice little trinkle in. Kind of a bit of a toilet bowl right there shot.
And so Meach now gives it to Palamone. Palamone thought about hitting Coretta Maynard, instead gives it to Kelsey Glass. Glass now tried to feed Sarah Meach in the post, but that one was a kickball, so possession will remain with Mountain Union. As for the Raiders, Maddie Miles, Devonna Nash, Jenna Repart all return here. And for Otterbein, Tamia Kendrick and Kathleen DiCarlo will return.
Yeah, and I thought that was great defensive awareness right there by Hoschauer. Even though you're not supposed to use your feet, it's still a great advantage to deflect a pass.
Miles now has it at the elbow with 10 on the shot clock. Now backs down in the post, gives it out to Nash. 6 on the shot clock. Nash tried to drive, but that'll be a traveling violation there on Devonna Nash, and the ball will return to the Cardinals.
Yeah, it just took an extra step, unfortunately. Causes the turnover for the Raiders as Otterbein is now inbounding the ball.
McCrary will bring it up as the Cardinals find themselves on top by 12 here, 38-26. McCrary will kick it over to Angelia Jackson. Jackson now down low to DiCarlo. DiCarlo trying to put the moves on Repart, and she's able to do so. Nice moves down low by Kathleen DiCarlo.
Yes, went one way and then went back the other way. Just a nice shot over Repart.
Devonna Nash now feeds Jenna Repart. Repart down low in the post, tries to return the favor and is able to do so. Nice move down low by Jenna Repart.
Yes, Repart did a great job of really using her body on that play right there as the Cardinals travel.
Travel indeed as Tamia Kendrick tried to split through the defenders in Nash and Repart, and she picked up her shoes there, so that'll be a turnover as Glass hesitates on the 3. and has it knocked away momentarily, but she's able to get it right back. Finds Cannon now down low in the post, and Emma Cannon fighting for that post position, draws the foul on Claire Radebaugh. And so that'll be the second team foul here of the half, and the fourth personal foul for Claire Radebaugh.
Yep, that was a great call right there by the referee. Radebaugh just a little too aggressive with Emma Cannon in the post as she was trying to establish position.
So Nash will inbound it here. Near 5-second call, and they're going to get her for a 5-second call. I thought that she might have gotten it off at the 4-second mark, but nonetheless they count it as a 5-second violation, and it'll go back to the Otterbein Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that one, Jacob. It looked like she did throw the ball before a whistle was blown, but nonetheless, Cardinals had the ball.
Tamia Kendrick now gives it to DeCarlo. DeCarlo drives, puts it up, and DeCarlo puts it in, makes it 42-28 Cardinals.
Yeah, just no pressure right there, and DeCarlo really, Ruppert didn't make that much of an impact on her drive.
As a timeout here for Susie Vanette, she talks things over. Mount Union really got off to a decent start here in this second half, but they still find themselves trailing by 14 right now. Davis, what have you liked about this start in the second half for the Raiders, and what can they really keep up on if they want to try to cut into this lead a little bit more?
Yeah, and they've been actually making their shots to start this second half, which has been great to see, as we saw so many of those easy open layups or mid-range jumpers just not go in for the Raiders. I think they've just been doing a better job of making their shots and actually trying to get back in this game. We'll see how that continues.
Yeah, the Raiders, after a rough start in that first half, 3 for 4 in this second half right now, good for 75% from the floor, but they are starting to turn the ball over just a little bit too much. 3 turnovers right now in this quarter. As Glass is going to inbound it here, Angela Vitantonio re-enters the game for Mount Union, as does Natalie Galeta for Otterbein. As Glass now takes a screen from Cannon, a hard screen at that, and they're going to call Emma Cannon with the illegal screen. She kind of extended the shoulder there, and that'll be Cannon's first and the team's second foul of the half.
Yep, and like you said, Jacob, did just extend a little bit too much, which interfered McRae trying to chase down. And now Otterbein ball.
So that's now 4 turnovers to start this second half now for the Raiders. McCrary is guarded by Nash. McCrary will give that one up to Jackson. Over to DeCarlo. DeCarlo with the nice pass over to Kendrick, but that one's no good. Offensive rebound, though, for the Cardinals. They're going to draw the personal. And no, they're actually going to call that foul, I believe, on Otterbein. And so they're going to call Kathleen DeCarlo there. That's her second personal, team's third of the quarter.
Yeah, DeCarlo definitely reached over the Mount Union player to grab that rebound. Good call by the referees.
Kelsey Glass now has it. She gives it up to Emma Cannon. Cannon over to Vitantonio. Vitantonio back over to Cannon. Cannon fires up the 3. That one's short, but Vitantonio's there for the offensive rebound. She kicks it on over to Devonna Nash. Kicks it to Miles. Miles now over to Glass. He gives it down low to Cannon. Cannon draws multiple defenders, puts up the layup. That one's no good. Another rebound here, though. This time it's Nash. Kicks it out to Vitantonio for the mid-range. No good. Fight for the loose ball. And that was just a great sequence there by the Raiders. Great hustle. Maddie Miles is going to draw the personal. And so that's the 4th team foul of the half. And that one's going to be on Katie McCrary. So McCrary now with 3 fouls here with 4:12 to go in the third quarter. As Kelsey Glass has it now, she gives it up to Nash. Whitaker returns here for the Otterbein Cardinals. As right there, Tamia Kendrick gets the steal, and Kendrick will kick it up to Galeta. Galeta now down low inside. That one, it was no good by Whitaker, and Cannon comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, Miles did a great job of just sticking her arms up in the air and making that shot hard for Whitaker.
Nash gives it to Vitantonio inside. Vitantonio puts up the layup. That one's no good. Rebound there to the Cardinals. As Kendrick will hand it off to McCrary. 3.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. It's 42-28 Otterbein. McCrary switched off now by Nash. That pass was too high for Whitaker, and DeCarlo tried to save it, but she was unsuccessful at that, so that one is a turnover for the Otterbein Cardinals.
Yeah, and it looks like Diana Knowles is talking to the referee on that play as she thinks one of her players who was backing down in the post got pushed from behind from a Mount Union defender. Regardless, Mount Union ball.
Substitutions for both squads as Jenna Hoschauer returns for Otterbein and Allie Hudick returns for your Raiders. As Glass takes a screen from Vittantonio, kicks it on out to Hudick. Hudick now takes a screen from Miles, fires up the mid-range, off the glass and in. The bank is open as Allie Hudick gets the 2.
Yep, that's all they needed was just a tiny screen from Miles, which led Hudick wide open onto the corner, onto the elbow, and banked it in for a nice 2-point jump shot.
Raiders appear to be back in that 2-3 zone that we saw them have some success with in that first half. And right on cue, Hudick actually gets the deflection, knocks it out of bounds, will remain Otterbein basketball.
Yeah, the Raiders need to start causing some turnovers in this game in order to try and climb and work their way back and try and get this game tied.
Hoschauer now. The Raiders go back to man defense and will give it up to DiCarlo. DiCarlo now trying to put the moves on Vittantonio, backs her down in the post, draws 3 Raider defenders, and they are going to get the foul call there. Let's see who they call that one on. I believe they're going to get Vittantonio. Or no, they were going to get Maddie Miles instead. So that'll be the second team foul here of the third quarter, and DiCarlo will head to the free throw line for Otterbein. So Kathleen DiCarlo's first free throw is up and good. Makes it 43-30 Otterbein. Raiders doing a much better job, though, here in this third quarter. Currently outscoring the Cardinals 11-9 in the period. Shooting 44% from the floor are both squads as well. So DiCarlo's second free throw is good as well. And it now makes it a 44-30 Otterbein lead. Devonna Nash brings it up now for the Raiders. Hands it on off to Hudick. Hudick now being guarded closely by Jenna Hoschauer. Gives it up to Maddie Miles. Miles down low to Nash. Nice catch by Nash. Gives it out to Glass. Glass now trying to drive. That one was stripped away, though, by Galeta. Will remain Mount Union basketball here with 12 on the shot clock.
Yeah, Galeta putting on the nice defensive pressure right there on Kelsey Glass. Caused that strip ball.
Nash kicks it over to Glass. As Glass gives it up to Miles. Miles now over to Nash. Down low to Vittantonio. 5 on the shot clock. Vittantonio puts up the baby hook. That one's no good. Rebound to DiCarlo.
Yeah, Vittantonio didn't get that great of a look, honestly, and tried to back up into Whitaker, but did not get a good job of finding a great shot for her to make.
As Whitaker now has it, she gives it to DiCarlo. DiCarlo tried to hit Hoschauer on the back door, but it's a kickball violation on Mount Union. Will remain Otterbein basketball.
Yeah, and there's the defensive awareness again as Maddie Miles kicks the ball to prevent a wide-open basket for the Otterbein Cardinals.
Bryn Mangold and Angelia Jackson return here for Otterbein. As for your Raiders, Izzy Palamone, Emma Cannon, and Haley Haywood all return as well. Hoschauer will inbound it. She gives it up to Jackson. Jackson now down low to Mangold, and Bryn Mangold kicks it on out to Tamia Kendrick. Kendrick drives, puts it up. They're going to get Maddie Miles with the block right there. So Maddie Miles just a step too late. That's going to be her second personal foul, third team foul of the quarter, and Tamia Kendrick will head to the free throw line. So Kendrick, one of the few Cardinals that is yet to get on the scoreboard here today, right on cue, gets her first point of the afternoon, makes it 45-30 in favor of the Cardinals. And second free throw is up and good as well. It's now 46-30 Otterbein with a minute and a half to go here in this third quarter. It's Devonna Nash now. We'll give it up to Izzy Palamone. Palamone will give it to Haywood. Haywood drives now. Nice strong take by Haley Haywood, and that one's up and that one's in. A nice bucket there from Haley Haywood.
Beautiful drive right there from Haley Haywood, and a little bit of a hook shot maybe. That's what it looked like to me. A great shot by Haywood. Great points.
It's now 46-32 here as we approach the 1 minute mark in this quarter. As Galeta fires up the corner three, that one is no good. Fight for the rebound though. and Jackson and Kendrick both went for it, and they knock it out of bounds, so Mount Union will regain possession. So Devonna Nash now brings it up for Mount Union. 57 seconds to go here in the quarter. She gives it to Palamone. Palamone now. Back out to Nash. Nash drives. Will kick it on over to Maddie Miles. Maddie Miles gives it over to Emma Cannon. And Cannon, see what she does. She hands it off to Nash. Nash now down low to Maddie Miles. Miles trying to back down the post. 6 in the shot clock. Maddie Miles puts it up and puts it in. A big basket there from Maddie Miles. She has a chance for the and one opportunity.
Yes, and like you said, Jacob, that's a huge basket for the Purple Raiders as they're trying to climb their way back in this game. Maddie Miles needs to make this free throw in order to only chop the lead down to 11 points. Mount Union looking pretty decent in this third quarter as they have shot better and bring up their shooting percentage to 29% for the game.
Miles could not convert on that and one opportunity. Nonetheless, big basket there. It's 46-34 as we have about a 5-second difference, game clock and shot clock. So there's 20 seconds to go here in the quarter. Hoschauer will give it up to Jackson, who gives it right back to Hoschauer. Hoschauer now being guarded by Haywood. And Hoschauer tried to kick it over to Mangold. That was stolen away by Palamone. Izzy Palamone now fight for the ball. Tamia Kendrick almost comes up with the steal. Maddie Miles now over to Palamone for the three. Izzy Palamone knocked it in at the buzzer. A banked in three. And that was a massive three-pointer at that. A crazy sequence. But Izzy Palamone makes it a single-digit ball game. Davis, wild sequence right there. Mount Union only down by 9. And what should they continue to do to try to cut into this lead and make this epic comeback victory?
I mean, if they want to keep Izzy, if they want to see Izzy Palamone to keep doing one of those, I mean, be my guest. But in all honesty, I think they just need to keep playing their own game and keep up their defensive pressure against the Cardinals. And you know what? That sequence was really crazy, Jacob, as their bodies were just flying all over the floor, trying to grab the ball, and Izzy Palamone with just a heave. And luckily it went in for the Raiders. But Jacob, we'll see how this continues on in this fourth quarter as it is now only a 9-point lead for the Otterbein Cardinals.
Yeah, that was an absolutely crazy sequence right there, and I got to admit, this is my second year on the broadcast now for Mount Union men's and women's basketball. I don't know if I've seen a shot like that right there, where Palamone just picked it up with multiple defenders around her too off that loose ball and just threw one up for good luck. And she got that friendly bounce, and you love to see it from Izzy Palamone. That could be a big momentum changer in this one in favor of the Raiders. The Raiders will have Corinna Maynard, Haley Haywood, Maddie Miles, Emma Cannon, and Palamone out there for them. As for the Cardinals, Angelia Jackson, Bryn Mangold, Natalie Galeta, Katie McCrary, and number 11, Claire Radebaugh will be in there. Palamone now will give it up to Emma Cannon. And Cannon will give it up to Izzy Palamone. Palamone now gives it back to Emma Cannon. As the Raiders now with 10 on the shot clock need to get something going here. With 7 on the shot clock, Palamone will drive. Draws 2 defenders, kicks out to Maddie Miles for the open jumper. That one was in and out. Fight for the rebound. They're going to say it was off Palamone. It'll be Otterbein basketball.
Yeah, Palamone with a nice pass to Maddie Miles, just couldn't get it to go in for the Raiders.
McCrary brings it up now for Otterbein. Very fast pace too, and that one's stripped away by Maynard, and Haley Haywood picks up the loose ball.
Yes, Maynard did a great job of stripping McCray right there as she was just dribbling her way to an open basket.
As Cannon's three was short, but Izzy Palamone on the putback. Mount Union now only trailing 46-39.
Yeah, Palamone did a great job not only with that buzzer beater three-point shot, but stuck with the play on that offensive possession.
Now the Cardinals, seeing that lead diminish here, Mount Union's defense, a lot of credit at that. McCrary now kicks it over to Galeta. Galeta fires up a three. That one's no good. Fight for the rebound though. Radebaugh comes up with the offensive board. Radebaugh drives. Shot on the baseline, no good. Another rebound though, and Bryn Mangold that time with the third chance opportunity.
Yeah, Izzy Palamone went to contest the shot from Radebaugh, which left Bryn Mangold just wide open in the paint.
Palamone now kicks it out to Maynard. Maynard drives. Corinna Maynard draws the double team. That one's going to be blocked. And with that, the Raiders will retain possession here with the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, and the Raiders can't really go too many offensive possessions without scoring if they want to come back and tie the game, only down by 9 points.
Kathleen DiCarlo returns for Otterbein. And for the Raiders, Kelsey Glass also returns as off the inbounds. A fancy reverse layup there for Maddie Miles makes it 48-41.
We saw McCray do it earlier in this game. We just saw Maddie Miles do it right in front of our eyes. Great reverse layup right there for Miles.
As now McCrary will swing it over to Galeta. Galeta now back over to McCrary. McCrary now over to DiCarlo. DiCarlo thought about the three, instead drives, puts up the floater, no good. Gets her own miss though. Out to Galeta, who gives it to McCrary. Katie McCrary puts up the floater of her own. Another second chance bucket there for the Otterbein Cardinals. As Glass has it, she feeds Palamone in the post. Palamone trying to go to work on Mangold. Puts up the layup. That one's rejected by Bryn Mangold. And Otterbein will take it the other way.
Yeah, Mangold did a great job of just keeping her arm on Palamone to see where she was going, and then used her other hand to swat that ball away for the Cardinals.
McCrary has it now as 7:18 to go in this one. Otterbein on top 50-41. Katie McCrary will give it up to Bryn Mangold, and Bryn Mangold with the inside position on Izzy Palamone gets the bucket to go and draws the personal as well. So a three-point play opportunity for Bryn Mangold.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that foul call, to be honest. They were both fighting for the position right there, and it had just begun. Palamone barely put her arm out, and it did cause some contact, but didn't think it was enough to draw a foul. Regardless, Mangold at the line.
And Mangold cannot convert that and one opportunity as Palamone picked up the personal. That was her third personal, just the first team foul of the quarter. Nonetheless, Otterbein back with a double-digit lead here as McCrary a little bit too tight there on Coretta Maynard, and that's a critical foul right there, ladies and gentlemen. Katie McCrary will head to the bench with her fourth personal foul, and so Jenna Hoschauer will return now for Otterbein as Devonna Nash and Sarah Meach return for the Raiders.
Yeah, McCrary actually ended up tripping Coretta Maynard just for a little bit, as that is what drew the foul call there.
Nash inbounds it to Glass. Glass over to Meach. Meach fires up a three. That one might have been partially blocked, though. We'll see what they call. They're going to say, never mind, they're going to reverse the call, as I thought they would, as Sarah Meach's three was indeed blocked there, and so it'll remain Mount Union basketball.
Yet again, another interesting call by the referee. Don't know what's really going on, but someone did get the correct call.
Miles over to Cannon now. Cannon over to Glass. Glass over to Nash. 8 on the shot clock. It's going to be a kickball violation there on Jenna Hoschauer. Mount Union side out of bounds. They will now have 20 seconds to work with. And 6:48 remaining here in this contest. Glass will inbound it to Miles. Gives it right back to Kelsey Glass. Glass now tried to find Sarah Meach down low, but that one's stolen away by Bryn Mangold. And Hoschauer will bring it up for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Mangold just did a great job of transitioning her way to the other side of the court and stuck her arm out to get that ball for the Cardinals.
Mangold finds DiCarlo, who draws a double team. And down low now is Hoschauer. Hoschauer puts it up. Great defense there by the Raiders. Meach tried to save it. Saved it right to the Cardinals. And Natalie Galeta makes that mistake pay as it's now 54-41. And with that, head coach Susie Vanette will call a timeout as the Raiders once again find themselves trailing here by 13. And Davis, just 6:15 to go in this one. What do the Raiders need to start doing to make some magic happen and really keep that comeback effort alive?
Yep, I think, Jacob, that they just need to get some good shots for themselves. Sometimes they've been a little tough on trying to create their own shots and not getting someone open. It's really been affecting them, but nonetheless, they still obviously have a chance to come back in this game, only down 13 with 6:15 left in this fourth quarter. But if they're going to start to do that, need to do it right now, as soon as they can.
Yep, we will see what Susie Vanette has drawn up, as Kelsey Glass will inbound it here, and she will inbound it to Devonna Nash. Nash now with Tamia Kendrick, who just returned here for the Cardinals back in this one. gives it up to Cannon. Cannon now drives, kicks it out to Nash. 11 on the shot clock now as Kelsey Glass fires up a deep three, and that one's good. Kelsey Glass with a deep three-pointer.
Yep, hopefully that is a swing right there for the Raiders. See if they can get some momentum on their side. Only down by 10.
Glass's first 3 points of the night here makes it 54-44 in favor of Otterbein. Hoschauer now. Otterbein's taking their time on this possession. No need to rush. Hoschauer guarded closely, though, by Devonna Nash. 9 on the shot clock, gives it up to DiCarlo, who draws a double team from Nash. Too aggressive of defense right there. Davis, I saw you throw your hands up, too. I think we were thinking the same thing. DiCarlo definitely was flinging those elbows around. Nonetheless, they're going to get the Raiders on the foul call.
That's unbelievable. Devonna Nash got smacked in the face by DiCarlo's elbow. Can't believe they didn't call whether it was a foul or a technical foul on DiCarlo.
Yeah, that's for sure. Nash actually gets called for the personal, too, to make matters worse. As Kendrick now drives and finds Hoschauer. Hoschauer now with 6 on the shot clock, puts some moves on, fires up the mid-range. That one's no good. Great defense by Glass, and she ends that possession with a rebound of her own. Maddie Miles now. Well, tried to get it to Kelsey Glass, but Glass started to cut towards the basket. It'll be a turnover for the Raiders.
Need to work on the communication right there. Just an errant pass from Maddie Miles as she was trying to get that ball to Kelsey Glass. But Glass, like you said, Jacob, cut to the basket. Got to figure out who's going to be doing what first.
Hoschauer now has it with Glass defending. 4:48 to go in this one. Mountain Union starting to run out of time here, trailing by 10. Hoschauer now tried to kick it over, and that one's stolen away by Emma Cannon. Cannon on the fast break, draws multiple defenders, puts up the layup. That one's no good. Rebound goes to Maddie Miles, and Maddie Miles with the putback makes it 54-46 Cardinals.
That's a tough bucket right there for Maddie Miles. Just picked up that offensive rebound from Emma Cannon's missed shot and just forced it in the basket.
Once again, Otterbein appears in no hurry here, but another turnover by the Cardinals. Nash has it now. She kicks it over to Emma Cannon on the break. Cannon's layup is too strong. Nash's layup too strong. They continue to fight for that rebound now, and Nash comes up with it once again. 4 minutes to go here at the MAC. Mount Union still in this one, trailing 54-46. Another near turnover there for the Raiders. Kelsey Glass picks it up, though. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Cannon tried to find Maddie Miles, and that one's intercepted by Bryn Mangold.
Just a lazy pass right there by Emma Cannon. Would have preferred the bounce pass into the post instead of just the regular up and over pass.
And signaling, or my apologies, sensing that the momentum might be going in favor of the Raiders. There'll be a timeout called here by the Cardinals. As out of the timeout, Katie McCrary will return, as will Angelia Jackson and Natalie Galeta. And Davis, Mount Union still very much in this one, 54-46, but they've started to turn the ball over. How can they really cut back on those turnovers to try to stay alive in this one?
And we need to make sure everyone is on the same page and everyone knows where they're supposed to be and what play is being called on the offensive side of the ball. Cannot be wasting possessions and not being able to score. That is not how you win and come back in games. Need to be more efficient and better on the offensive side of the ball if they want to come back and tie.
And that's for sure, as in this fourth quarter, the Raiders shooting just 4 for 12 from the floor, 33%, but they are out rebounding the Otterbein Cardinals 8-5, including 6 offensive rebounds, and they've forced some turnovers themselves. They forced 3 Cardinals turnovers, but they have 4 turnovers on their own. So Mount Union doing a great job staying in this one just enough, but they really need to put some possessions here together on offense. They're taking better care of that basketball. As both teams will come out of the timeout. On the floor for the Raiders is Kelsey Glass, Emma Cannon, Izzy Palamone, Maddie Miles, and Devonna Nash. And for the Cardinals, Angelia Jackson, Kathleen DiCarlo, Tamia Kendrick, Katie McCurry, who's playing with those 4 fouls, and Natalie Galeta.
Yeah, there might be an emphasis by Susie Vanette to maybe try and draw a foul from McCrary. As like you said, Jacob, she is at 4 personal fouls for the game. 1 more and she is out.
That would be a great turn of events in favor of the Raiders if they're able to get McCrary to foul out. Drawing the double team was DeCarlo, so she kicked it on out to Angelia Jackson, fresh off that bench, and she gets the friendly bounce off the rim.
Yep, found herself wide open at the top of the three-point line. Why not shoot it? And went in for the Otterbein Cardinals.
57-46 now, as Mount Union needs to string together some great offensive possessions here. Emma Cannon goes down low in the post, puts it up for two, makes it 57-48 Otterbein.
Did a great job of just finding the opening in the paint, made it easy for herself.
And McCrary tried to dribble out of a triple team, and they were about to signal a foul there, Davis, but I believe they just did an inadvertent whistle. So again, the referees, just interesting calls here. They don't even call anything on the floor. Nonetheless, McCrary brings it up now, and this time they're going to call a foul. This one's going to be on Devonna Nash. That'll be her second personal foul, third team foul of the quarter.
Yeah, these referees are really making this game interesting to say the least, Jacob, and I honestly don't know what's going on half the time, whether something's a foul or not a foul or what the call is. It's not consistent, and that's what you need out of referees, is to be consistent during a game.
Couldn't have said it better myself right there, as Angelia Jackson, with a nice crossover move, got the separation, but that shot was off, and the rebound to Cannon. Cannon now, 2.5 minutes to go in this one. The Raiders need to play with some urgency here. Palamone with it in the corner. She gives it up to Nash. 16 on the shot clock as Glass has it now on the perimeter. And Glass will give it over to Cannon. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Need to get something up here. Emma Cannon tries to drive on McCrary, hands it off to Glass. 3 on the shot clock, 2, and Glass just turns it over there as that one's stolen away by Jackson. Galeta now over to Jackson, and Otterbein is going to kill some clock here. 2 minutes to go in this one. Find themselves on top, 57-48.
Yeah, Jacob, all they have to do is run the clock out at this point, and they will secure the win.
As McCrary's layup was too long right there, but she went to go grab her own miss, but stepped out of bounds. So the ball will go back to the Raiders here. 1:49, Mountain Union needs to get something going. Haley Haywood returns here, subbing out for Kelsey Glass.
You know, if I'm Otterbein right here, and if you have an offensive possession, all you have to do is waste 20 seconds to try and draw something up with 10 seconds left in that shot clock, as Susie Vanette takes a timeout for the Purple Raiders.
Vanette will take a timeout to try to get things drawn up here. 1:42 left to go in this one. Raiders down 9. Davis, what do you think Susie Vanette's trying to draw up in that huddle right now? A quick layup or a three-point shot or even a mid-ranger?
Well, Jacob, I will say they need to get whatever they need. And whether that is a three-pointer or an easy layup, they just need to score points and put something up on the board. They're down by 9, and they need some points just in general to even have a chance to tie the game and maybe send it into overtime with just under a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter.
I agree. The Raiders really still just shooting 35% from the floor here in this fourth quarter, but really this second half not as bad as the first half that we saw. They shot 53% in that third quarter, and here in this fourth quarter, still just 35%, but overall the Raiders are 12 for 27 in this second half, much better than their 6 for 29 clip that they had in that first half. Still for the game though, the Raiders just 32% from the floor. They're gonna need to hit some baskets here in the last minute 42 if they want to make a comeback and avoid their 4th straight loss. Haywood, Nash, Miles, Madison Hensley will enter the game here for Izzy Palamone, and Emma Cannon are all in for the Raiders. Same 5 is out there though for the Cardinals, as Haywood inbounds it to Nash. Nash now takes a screen as the Raiders try to get a shot up here. Cannon now in the corner, tries to drive baseline. Emma Cannon just lost the ball right there. Be another turnover, and DeCarlo has it now for Otterbein.
And like I said, this is where Otterbein just wastes the clock and tries to get a play drawn up with about 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
DeCarlo finds Mangold, who finds McCrary. McCrary could have shot the 3, but like Davis mentioned, they're just trying to kill some clock here, so a wise decision by her. Hoschauer now over to Mangold, back out to Hoschauer. 7 on the shot clock. Hoschauer is going to kick it over to DeCarlo. DiCarlo drives, puts it up. That one's no good. Fight for the rebound. Hensley comes up with it. A minute to go here at the MAC. Mountain Union needs to get some buckets here as Nash will take a screen from Matty Miles. Nash now trying to put the moves on McCray, gives it over to Cannon. Cannon fires up a mid-ranger. They're going to say no shot, and Cannon traveled with it on the catch. So another turnover for Mountain Union.
Yeah, and Mount Union's going to come out with a press right here and really try and get this ball back from the Otterbein Cardinals and see if they can score just a few more points and try and tie this game up with about 45 seconds left.
Katie McCrary now with it. She gets past Devonna Nash. McCrary gets to the rim for the easy two. That might be the cherry on top in this one. It's 59-48 Otterbein.
It definitely will be the cherry on top, Jacob, as it is a 11-point lead for the Otterbein Cardinals.
Hensley fires up a three. That one's no good. The rebound there to Angelia Jackson, who will give it to Katie McCrary. And now Jenna Hoschauer is just going to dribble things out here. And no, she'll actually give it to DiCarlo. Put some moves on. Otterbein is going to come out with the victory here tonight. So with that, Otterbein is going to improve to 10-4 on their season. The Raiders are going to fall to 4-8 in this one. 1-5 in OAC play. Their fourth straight loss here tonight. And so Davis, really when it comes down to it, the Raiders just couldn't really get much going offensively. But what did you really like from the Raiders? And obviously the shooting, but was there anything else that kind of stood out to you, which was a reason why they lost this game?
Well, what I liked was, I didn't think their defense played too bad, to be honest. They did give up some pretty easy looks to the Cardinals, but in all honesty, I thought it was a great effort on the defensive side of the ball, and obviously just going to hit on it again, shooting from the field for the Raiders. Finishing with 31.6 is not going to win you games, and they got to shoot better. And like we mentioned, Jacob, they had a lot of easy and open chances for themselves, and they really just missed those shots and really, kicked themselves by not making them. So we'll see how they rebound. I know it's the fourth straight loss for them, but let's see if they can start turning around a little bit.
We sure hope they can. Their next game will be on Wednesday at Muskingum. You can listen to that one on the women's basketball live stream. It will be Muskingum on the coverage for that one. As for the Raiders here tonight, Emma Cannon was the leading scorer with 10 points. Izzy Palamone added 8 points of her own as well. And for the victorious Otterbein Cardinals, they were led by Katie McCrary with a game-high 14 points. Natalie Galeta added 11 points off that bench. And lastly, Kathleen DiCarlo added 10 points off the Otterbein bench. We're not done here, though, at the MAC here tonight, as game 2 of our doubleheader, both teams are getting set to take the court right now. The Mountain Union men's basketball team will play host to the Otterbein Cardinals. We hope that you will hop on over to the men's basketball live stream, as Davis and I will be on the call there in around a half an hour. We look forward to seeing you there.